First Peter's chapter 2. First Peter's First Peter's chapter 2, verse 7, the NLT translation. NLT translation. Yes, you who trust him recognize the honor Yahweh has given him. But for those who reject him, the stone that buildeth, the stone that the builder reject has now become the cornerstone. And he is the stone that makes people stumble, the rock that makes him fall. They stumble because they do not obey Yahweh's word. And so they meet their fate that was planned for them. I like to give all prayers and honor and glory to Yahweh Shalom, Shabbat, Shalom, Kakudash. The body Yahweh Shalom, Shah, forgiving us apostles and elders, a great millstone who deserve double honors, rightfully so. Shalom to the Akim, pushing the word of sincerity and truth, and being faith-based, and being prepared for what's to come. And what is to come: race wars, famine, concentration camps, the R5D chip, which is the mark of the beast, 200 million missiles hitting the soils of America. Simultaneously, the church of the Lord different the hopeful elected to their chambers. Simultaneously, the church of the Lord shooting laser beams at the ungodly and the heathens, rightfully so. Barak Azad, the Lord take the course of this video. Just a vessel seeking salvation out of this filthy place, spiritually known as Sodom and Gomorrah, Egypt, Babylon, and all the other filthy customs it have taken upon. Up right now, as you can see, my alarm will just went off. 5:05 a.m. in the morning, Tuesday, June 11th, 2024. The hopeful year of Jacob's trouble, and a lot of things is going down. We just in the making. We are perfecting the making of a perfect world. That's what's happening. And it's going to start with his people. And I'm about to design one of those men that you perfect. Get me out of get me out of this miseryness. The only thing that's good here is learning this truth. And it keeps me sustained and it comforts me. That's the real comforter. Not no Tazadakia. He's not the God sent comforter. The scriptures are. And it's comfort us and it keeps us afloat, keeps us balanced. Because once you, like for me, for example, when I don't, like, even like a few hours or whatever, if sometimes it might be like a day if I didn't read the scriptures or if I feel like I didn't meditate. But based upon experience and, navigating through the valley of shadow of death, the scriptures always play it out in your life. But, it'd be hours and day, because you're doing other things, right? You're working, you're trying to, tending to other things. But, in reality, the scriptures always trumps based upon what you're going through. But, sometimes I find myself, if I'm not thinking the scriptures, I find myself getting angry because I'm not thinking about the scriptures. Or whatever, just going through something. But then, Lord beholds, Yahweh Shemel Shah beholds, you're going through something. Even if you're not thinking the scriptures is doing its job. Because if you have been watching this, if you've been going through this, right, you see the great men, regardless, all we do is go into the scriptures. And it applies. The scriptures applies. And that's the great part of this. And that's us recognizing our King, Yahweh Shah, because he applied the words of Yahweh. When he was, as he was Yahweh Shah, he applied it. Even when he was King Solomon, he applied it. He asked Yahweh, right? Solomon asked Yahweh for wisdom to govern his people. That's what happened. All right. So let's see if I can find that real quick. In a dream, by the way. How can I govern your people? Bible verse, Solomon. I had to say it like that because I know Solomon said it. So it came up. So then we find the verse. So this is how we learn it. To be a chosen generation, a royal priesthood. We're learning how to govern Yahweh Elohai's people and his earth. And everything that else is going to come with this perfection. All right? So that's the beautiful thing. It is, and that's what's happening. And it happens anyway. If you have faith in Yahweh, it's happening anyway. It really is, man. It was First King chapter 3. Real fast. Salakia. 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 Okay. So let's go here real fast. We'll because that's what Yahweh Shah done. He was a great example. And we're learning how to be examples. First Kings chapter 3, verse 9. It says Solomon, the headline reads of this chapter, which is First Kings chapter 3, it says what's this word here? So I'm trying to got it. I want to see what this word is. Wouldn't give me. I know you can. Let's go. Come on. Really? Definition. Just want to see this word. How you say this word?
Consolidate.
Yeah, consolidate. Okay, I couldn't say it. So all right. Consolidate. It says Solomon rules. Solomon ruled consolidate. All right, so that's the name of the headline. So we know what the consolidate means now. All right. Okay, so the point was I was just going back with okay, it says right here, it says let's start with where we began that for Solomon. How he was given wisdom and understanding from Yahweh Shah how to govern his people. And that was a gift given to him by Yahweh. Okay? And if you understand, if you're in part of this on this road to perfection, you know that Solomon is Yahweh Shah. And Yahweh Shah is Solomon. So at different times, so Yahweh is speaking to Solomon. Right? If you understand that, if you can perceive that, right? Because Yahweh Shah said that's about John. Was it John? Peter. I think it was John. Salakia. It says First Kings chapter 3, verse 5. In Gibeon, the Lord appeared to Solomon in a dream by night. And Yahweh said, ask what I should give thee. So this is when he became king. So even for another thing, there was a lot of stuff going down during this time when Solomon was being crowned. King David's other sons, when his other sons was trying to take the throne. So within a family that's been um, that rose to the occasion to get the throne was being ran down on within itself. But even though King David sinned, the Lord had mercy on David and still made, I think with Bathsheba, when his wife Bathsheba, it still gave the one of her, remember he had a son and because he took somebody else's wife, the Lord forgave him for that. It's a lot of forgiving that like Yahweh has done, you know. And we got a sure chance. That's a sure chance because that's a law. He broke the law and that was death. Just throwing that out there. So the Lord showed mercy. So we have a sure chance of being a predestinated one, based upon our work ethic and our faith, because faith is makes you hearers. I forgot that verse goes to lock in. I'm all over the place, but I'm just we're being doers of the word, and also our faith clarifies a lot in this. And this is a faithful thing to ask Yahweh. And that was a vision. That was a serious, real comment in a dream. He comes to him and talks to him, and everything that he asked for at that moment it trumped everything that was going to be given to him. And what was that? It's going to tell you. Let's read it. First Kings chapter 3, verse 5. In Guy beyond, the Lord Yahweh appeared to Solomon in a dream by night and said, ask what I should give thee. Right? And Solomon, verse 6, and Solomon said, thou hast showed unto thy servant David, my father, great mercy. There go that mercy. Just spoke about that. According as he walked before thee in truth and in righteousness and in uprightness of heart, which with thee, and thou hast kept him from this great, for thou hast kept for him this great kindness, that thou hast given him a son to sit on his throne, as it is this day. And you see, he's saying he gave him everything, and this is the type of conversation. This is how you talk to Yahweh Shah. You say, man, I listen. I say it all the time. And listen, I can't even why do Yahweh Shah for our apostles and elders, a great millstone? Because the Apostle Hart said one day, he said it's gonna be hard not to sin. We sin every day. But the Lord and Elder Sakaran said this. He said the Lord Yahweh Shah know your heart, man. And they said right there, it's because that was a serious sin, bro. That was a serious sin. And how the hell are we gonna get out of this mess without us being forgiven and have mercy? And that's what it said right there. It was clarified in a dream, in a vision. So he's not speaking jive turkey to Yahweh. He's not speaking in a slick tongue. He's saying exactly what was done. And this is what we need right there at that moment. That's the stuff we need. And Apostle Gabal always say, be upfront with Yahweh. I skipped that one. Apostle Hearts, Apostle Gabal, they always saying, I think a lady had called and said something about sin. And he says, how you gonna not sin? We ain't perfect yet. But we're working out our own salvation with fear and tremble. We're working on it. We're working on being perfect. But this marvelous light has been given to us, man. I know that for sure. It's recognizable. It's undeniable, and the elites know what they've been wanting us not to have. We got it now. This is the only way out. All right, let's read this again, Salakia. And Solomon, the name of the headline reads from 1 Kings chapter 3, verse 6 down in the KJV, Solomon prayers. Solomon prayers. And Solomon said, Thou hast showed unto thy servant David, my father, great mercy, according as he walked before thee in truth and in righteousness and uprightness of heart with thee. And thou hast kept for him this great kindness, that thou hast given him a son to sit on his throne, as it is this day, as that day. And he has made us a chosen people to this day. Too, man. We also in verse 7. And now, O Yahweh, my power, thou hast made thy servant king instead of David, my father. Salakia. And now, O Yahweh, my power, thou hast made thy servant king instead of David, my father. And I am but a little child. I know not how to go out or come in. See, he didn't understand how he was going to do this. So this is when he was given the ultimate understanding. And thy servant in the midst of thy people, which thou hast chosen a great people, thou cannot be numbered nor counted for multitude. Give therefore thy servant an understanding heart, an understanding mind, to judge thy people, that I may discern between good and bad. For who is able to judge thy people so great? So I could read that part again. Give therefore thy servant an understanding heart to judge thy people, that I may discern between good and bad. For who is able to judge this thy so great a people? Who? And he's asking him in a dream. So it was a clear conversation. I woke up from a dream that was just crazy. It was just crazy. I can remember it, but I'm trying to filter it out because I'm trying to put something else in my mind. I don't want to think all that was going on in these dreams. I'm like, all right, let's put something else in it. So we are here to govern. So we're here to govern this people, this great people. I'm about to say I'm one of those men. We're a chosen generation, a royal priesthood. All right, and it says, the headline reads from 1 Kings chapter 3, verse 10 on down, right? It says, Yahweh answered. Yahweh answered. He answered him now. Now he's about to answer. So he's having a conversation. He's talking to him. He's asking him questions. How can I do this? And this is what I ask all the time too. How am I going to be able to do this, man? Like every day I get up and I ask that question to Yahweh Shemel Shah. I always say I'm stay fucking up. I think of great things that was great. I think of great things that great men has quoted to me. The quotes of great men. How am I able to get out of this mess? That's what I said. How am I gonna get out of this worst case scenario? I was just watching a video of the apostles back in 2012. A brother put a video up, and it was when the younger brothers, they were young in the face. They was young, they was new, and they sitting at Apostle Tahar's house. There was one brother from Boston, the elder brother from Boston. I do believe that was Joshua Wumba, and Ariala was there. And it was a few individuals that's not in the camp no more. That, when I looked at those faces, that was in 2012. That shit scared the shit out of me. Because it was only, when I looked, there was only 3 brothers that's here still in the truth. And roughly, I do believe that. But back then, I remember those brothers. There was certain brother that was there. They was powerful as speakers. It was coming up, and it was this thing. This is why you have to ask Yahweh Shem Shah, how am I? Only you got me. Only Yahweh Shem Shah got you doing this truth, bro. You know. So I rather design one of those men because I'm always thinking about how all these freaking thoughts jumping in my mind. How the hell am I gonna beat this situation? These thoughts that jump in my mind. You know, all these dreams I'm having, all these things that's happening in these dreams. Man, how can I even survive that on my own? So Yahweh answers, and this is what I ask Yahweh too. I feel the same way. This is an experience based upon asking Yahweh some shot things. Salaki, what time is it? So bear with me. I don't know. This is where I end up at. Salaki. I've been fly. I truly believe I was guided this way. So what I'm speaking is just through the heart and the spirit of Yahweh Shah. All right. So 1 Kings chapter 3 verse 10. And the speech pleased the Lord Yahweh Shah that Solomon had asked this thing. And Yahweh said unto him, because thou hast asked this thing, and hast not asked for thy long life, neither has asked riches for thyself, nor asked the life of thy enemies. And that's another thing I don't, and I truly believe that I feel like I don't have to. Like I still to this day, and I've seen crazy stuff happen, and I'm like, whoa. And I'm not asking for like a couple of weeks, maybe 4, 6, 7, 8 months ago. I don't know, maybe roughly it happened. That was going through something, and I think I said to the Lord, I said, Lord, what am I supposed to do with this, man? I don't know what to do. I don't do none of this stuff. I was like, yeah, I must be outside. These people are crazy. Only you could deal with this, man. I can't even focus on. I was going through it too. I couldn't even. I couldn't even eat right. You know. Worry about how how I was gonna keep a job. But am I close to getting fired? Like, what the hell am I doing wrong? Like, what is? And there was this test run. How am I gonna? And I kept the routine of being humble and doing the will of Yahweh Shah and still catering to the situation. Wow, they could. That was a gift to be able to navigate through these situations. I didn't ask you destroy him. That's already going. That's inevitable that these people are going to be destroyed. The scripture speaks about it. It says the meek shall inherit the earth. The humble, humility before honor. So I feel like I've been humiliated in the situation that had occurred and all these things that was happening. All right, kudos. But now I realize that you got to stay humble even amongst your enemies. You got to be, you got to have righteousness because this is their world, one thing. How the hell you going to beat them in their world? You going to go lash out? Nah. You got to let them do the lashing. And they can't even do lashing now either because they're going to look really stupid. And our brothers are, he preserve us. So, Salakia. Yahweh answer, right? That's the name of this part from 1 Kings chapter 3, verse 10. And the speech pleased the Lord Yahweh that Solomon had asked these things. And Yahweh said unto him, because thou hast asked these things, and hast not asked for thy long life, neither. And I don't ask for, and I feel like I feel like I'm ill right now. I got a little sick. And I'm like, yo, just let me endure today. I asked the Lord, I want to stick around for the outcome of this. Allah designed one of his men. You know, let me endure. You know, we can actually endure. Or we can ask, can I live forever? That's inevitable. If you want to, you predestinated. You want it. That's one of yours. That's a given. It's just certain things that's given. He said those that endure to the end is going to have eternal life. He's going to put a crown on their head. So that if you want to know, that's like, if we learn, this is something we learn. And now, like I said, there was individuals that was more powerful than me in speaking these words, and it was something that it was generally like you looked at them, you just knew they were gonna walk on air, and they're not around anymore. So that's terrifying. Because I look at that was those days when I first came into the truth, and that was a 2012 video, and I've been hearing this truth from 2007, trying to build the courage up to just I said I'm not worthy of doing it. Look at all these things that just happen. Look at all these men they know how to read. They know how to do this. This thing I just say to the Lord. And I've learned that from listening to Apostle Hall, Apostle Gabar, Apostle Bakar, Apostle Ramla, and Elder Akim from Connecticut, and listening to and hearing these things, you got to. And you know, as time grew, you learn. Apostle Gabar always say, you just speak to Yahweh like how this conversation is. Just speak to him. And that's what I've been doing. Man, I say to myself, I can't beat these people, Lord. That's what I be saying. I cannot beat these people. I don't know what to do with them. I'm just gonna go here and just go push buttons and go do whatever work I gotta do. I gotta be quiet. I gotta deal with it. Deal with it. And that's where the honor comes from. Dealing with it. That's when you get honored. So this was a humble conversation. So Solomon, I don't know, this is where it came from. So from Yahushua to Solomon, which is the same man, which is the same spirit, and Solomon asked for a great thing. He asked for understanding and wisdom, right, to how to govern these people. And that's why I asked, how can I deal with these? How can I deal with this society without you? Right? So you know what? I'll wrap this out to be able to finish this up because I gotta get ready to go. And we continue. All right. Shalom. Shalom.